Prime Minister, are these financial penalties that are underway for folks who are out there under the Emergencies Act, is this a step too far? Is it too harsh?
This is something that is important for Canadians to know, that there will be consequences for people who are breaking the law and people who are supporting those who are breaking the law. The Emergencies Act is something that is proportional and responsible to move forward with, to indicate that these blockades should be done and people should go home.
Minister Lametti, how far do some of these financial implications go for truckers who maybe have their banking account frozen, insurance canceled because of their involvement in this protest under the Emergency Act?
Well, look, that's precisely what we're doing. We're trying to break the finances, particularly foreign financing this, but also the participation of the use of property to block. You're seeing a number of pieces of private property, namely heavy rigs, being used, frankly, to disrupt the Canadian economy, put people in a state of insecurity. So these are important measures, and it might very well be, I think, a good incentive for property owners, truck owners who own trucks, to figure out exactly what's being done with their trucks, because in some cases they may have them leased out to others or to employees. And they may not know the full extent of what's being done with their property. What
do you say to people that say that's still government overreach to take people's finances away in this context? Over proportionality.
This is quite proportionate, given the damage that these blockades are doing to people's lives, threatening their security, as well as having an extremely negative impact on critical infrastructure and the Canadian economy. If you ask that question, the question you've just asked me, to an auto worker in southwestern Ontario, or to someone who hasn't worked for 2 weeks in the Rideau Centre here in Ottawa because of these blockades, I think they'll give you the answer you're looking for. Thank you.
Do you think that being able to seize and freeze corporate accounts, personal accounts, insurance, do you think that goes too far?
I think the Canadian government is well within its rights to ensure Canadian security and to protect our economy and the democracy that is clearly under threat. So I think it's doing the right thing here.
Is there an aspect of terrorism here? Political, ideological, far right?
Well, when you have a group of individuals that are explicitly calling for the overthrow of a democratic government, democratically elected government, I think you've answered the question. Thanks.
Government dropping the PCR test for travelers coming in?
I haven't seen the entire announcement, but it's a good step. I think Canadians have been waiting much too long for it. They were out of step with our partners. So I'm going to take a read of it and see if it's all there. If we can drop all of the travel restrictions, that would be a good step.
What would you like to see travel restrictions dropped by? You know what I mean? You want all the travel restrictions dropped, you just said. So what time frame are you looking at?
Well, I think the government said that they would be ready to do that March 1st. I think they should have done it already. I think Canadians have been waiting for a long time on it. And look, this is...
It seems that there's going to be an antigen test replacing the PCR test. Like you, I'd have to look at all the details. I think there's something for kids in there.
I will talk to you on my way out on the details.